speaking of benefit from their talents, the next person I want to talk about is Draymond Green. And Draymond Green, to me, is the most fascinating free agent remaining. Because I feel like Draymond Green, he is one of those players that when you talk to somebody else, you can tell if they know basketball or if they know really what they're talking about you can tell if somebody really knows basketball in a objective way by how they talk about Draymond Green. Draymond Green is never going to be a 2K cover athlete. And what I mean is he's never going to be the flashy player. He's always going to be loud, don't get me wrong. But he's never going to be a 28 or 25 point scorer a game. But let's not get it confused. We know how great Steph Curry is. We know how great Klay Thompson is. We understand. We have seen greatness out of the Golden State Warriors for many years now. There's a reason why it's called a dynasty. But the second most important player on that team is Draymond Green, and has been Draymond Green. I understand, yes, Draymond Green has caused a lot of turmoil on the Golden State Warriors, whether we talk about with Kevin Durant, whether we talk about with Jordan Poole. There has been a lot of situations that Draymond Green's fieriness or Draymond Green's aggression has cost Golden State. It cost them, I believe, Kevin Durant staying. It cost them last year and just the dynamic of the team with the Jordan Poole hit. It cost them a championship in 2016. But let's not get it confused. Draymond Green is the heart and soul of the Golden State Warriors. And kind of like James Harden, Golden State understands if they lose Draymond Green, more than likely that is the official end of their championship window. Because the fieriness that Draymond Green brings, the leadership that Draymond Green brings, you don't get that everywhere. In fact, there's not another player in the league like that. Draymond Green is one of one. He's the only player in the league that can consistently give you a triple-double without scoring. I think he did that a couple years ago. Had a triple-double without, I think it was rebounds, assists, and like steals or something. Draymond Green is unique. And however, like a Kyrie Irving or a James Harden, there are multiple teams that can afford and would love Draymond Green. You're hearing the Sacramento Kings. You're hearing the Detroit Pistons. You're hearing the Houston Rockets. Hell, you're also hearing he could possibly go to the Lakers because of his relationship, obviously, with LeBron. I think if we want to talk about best fit, Draymond Green, the best fit for Draymond Green probably is Golden State. Actually, no. The best fit for Draymond Green probably would be Sacramento. He could be that veteran that could take a young squad over the top. So his best fit is probably Sacramento. But I guess number two in a very close second is Golden State. I mean, he's been there for what, 11 years. You don't want to just I'm curious. I'm not. I don't think I want to see it, but I'm curious enough to see what Steph Curry and Klay Thompson look like without Draymond Green, and what Draymond Green looks like without Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. Because don't get me wrong, it is such a benefit playing alongside, in my opinion, the two greatest shooters of all time. I'm not saying they made Draymond Green, but what I'm saying is it is very. I'm not gonna say easy. It's a luxury playing alongside the two greatest shooters of all time. You don't really have to do much. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Draymond Green doesn't do a lot, but you have the two greatest shooters of all time. And it's not just a one-way relationship. Steph Curry and Klay Thompson benefit mightily playing alongside a player like Draymond Green, who's not a selfish player, who's not a player that really seeks his own offense, who's not a player that, Draymond Green is one of the smartest players in NBA history. He's one of the best defenders of our generation. So I think, don't get me wrong, Golden State, they're already over the luxury tax. Let's just keep it. They're already over the luxury tax. They're already, I think, in the second apron. So it's like, would you want to be, even if they lose Draymond Green, I don't know if they'll be in the second or first apron. I think they'll be in the first because of the getting off the Jordan Poole contract. So it's like, we're already going to be over the luxury tax. Are we going to be extremely over the luxury tax and keep a player that definitely increases our chances of getting a champion, of obtaining another championship? Or are we just going to be slightly over the cap and lose that player? I think that they're going to re-sign Draymond Green, and I think that they kind of have to, and they know they kind of have to, because there's no other player in the league like him. I remember that I was kind of floating around the whole Ben Simmons for Draymond Green thing. And while at his height, I would understand it. But boy, Ben Simmons now. Imagine Golden State would have done that. Traded Ben Simmons for Draymond, or Draymond Green for Ben Simmons. And how that could have turned out. Boy. But I think that if Draymond Green wants more money, of course you can go to the Kings, and I think it'll be a good fit. You can go to Detroit; that's where he's from. But I don't know, and I'm not saying that he's scared to do it. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know how eager Draymond Green is playing without Steph and Klay as well. I think the real questions are going to come after they re-sign Draymond Green, if they do. The real hard conversation and questions comes with Klay Thompson. And what do you do with Klay Thompson? Because, again, it just like freelance, just like most jobs, what have you done for me lately? And the last time we saw Klay Thompson, he could not hit. He couldn't throw a rock in the ocean. And he was getting killed on defense. However, I will say that last year, and I will highlight and point out that last year, Klay Thompson had one of his best offensive seasons he's had in his career. It was just when the playoffs hit, it was just downhill. So, would Golden State be willing to to part ways or separate the Splash Bros. That is the real conversation that they're, I'm sure, wrestling with. And if so, because I think this year is very important. I told you, this is the most important offseason in Golden State Warriors history. We've already seen big moves happening. I mean, they already traded Jordan Poole, who was supposed to be their future, for Chris Paul. I don't believe that they're done making trades. And I honestly don't. I think Chris Paul could work. He would just have to do some changing. And like I said about Russell Westbrook, and like I said about multiple players that's been in the league for 10 plus, 8 plus, multiple years, it's very hard to change something when you've been that way your entire career. So I don't know how this is going to work. And now I understand that they're saying that, Chris Paul is definitely going to be there. So I don't know. But they need to keep Draymond Green. And the real conversation will probably be this season and next season, what they're going to do with Klay. Hell, maybe this season they could try to trade Klay now. I don't know. If they want to. But I think Draymond Green understands that his best fit is probably Golden State or Sacramento. And I think that he's probably going to, when you look at the situation, in my opinion, from him, do you want to go to a place that you've been familiar with for 11 years and still has Steph Curry playing at a top tier level, still has Klay Thompson, still has Andrew Wiggins, still has Steve Kerr coaching? Or do you want to go to a new situation, a situation where you obviously don't have the same amount of shooting, but you have now you have more of a, lack of a better term, leadership role. So I think that'll be interesting. Oh, man, you stayed to the end of the video. I appreciate you. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss any content from your boy. You can also go back and watch past episodes, past clips, and don't forget that the Unpopular Podcast, new episodes drop every Wednesday and Saturday. Appreciate you.